And this is, I guess, a perfect way for you to do that as well.
Yeah, completely. The social value element is hugely important. So you're thinking about when you're talking about social value, it's what you are putting back in. Now, it's almost more fundamental than that to me personally. For me, it's just the right thing to do. So the added value is we do some social value. But actually, what is the right thing to do? Actually, the right thing to do is to attract as many people, talented young people into the industry, to actually make it more diverse, make it better equipped for the future, and bring in new thinking. It's simply just the right thing to do. And the bonus for everybody who wants to get involved, it is such an attractive place to come and work. It's so diverse, it's so exciting and so fast moving.
And I don't know if in the past, when you've been in school, you've had maybe a visitor from the construction sector, but maybe that was the first time you heard about it. And if you didn't, this is your chance, really, isn't it, to tell young people about what you've learned about construction. So I suppose what I'm saying there is, what recommendation would you give to say career? Look at this as a career opportunity for yourself. Don't dismiss it. What would you say, I suppose, is the best thing that you've learned that you want to pass on to the next generation?
So the best thing, ultimately, and I've talked about it already, and there's a number of it, and I'll talk through a few. The very best thing you do is you create and build something. And what you create and build improves the lives of others. Whether you're building a road or a rail or an energy plant, that is helping other people improve their lives. So that you're giving something back to society. To do that, there's so many varied challenges involved. Being an engineer, ultimately, the way I look at engineering is all about problem solving. You want to create something and you've got all these problems to overcome. And at the root of it, young engineers solve problems and make things better. So there's the challenge involved is incredibly great. It's exciting. You're working with other people. It's very fast moving, and it's really diverse. Being in construction and engineering has taken me around the world, creating, building things all around the world. So actually, there's an opportunity not just to work in the UK, to work abroad, Dubai, Australia, and other places like that, where there are huge infrastructure projects going on, and actually. So you've got all of that challenge and you've got the opportunity to travel with it as well. And as a young engineer, that's a really exciting opportunity for everyone.
Perfect. And is there sort of a key thing that you've done that maybe it was a few years ago, maybe it was at the start of your career that you maybe drive past still or walk past that gives you that sense of achievement that you think, I was involved in that? Is there anything that stands out already in your career?
I bore my family all the time. As a junior engineer, I was heavily involved in the construction of a lot of bridges. So I kind of started out when I graduated from university, and I built a lot of bridges and was involved in a lot of teams doing that. So I regularly, as I drive down around the UK, drive over bridges and bore my family about how we built it and the type of bridge it is and the type of engineering that's involved in it. I do it all the time. I'm a bit dull, but actually it's really exciting to be part of it.
And do you have a favourite bridge? You look at all the bridges in the world. Is there one that stands out for you?
I hope you get the language right, but the Maginot Bridge in France is unbelievable.
Sorry, which one was that? Say that again, Ian.
I think it's called the Maginot Bridge.
Right.
It's the bridge in the clouds in France, and it was finished about 7 or 8 years ago, and it's architecturally stunning, and it's engineering unbelievable from an engineering perspective. Right. So if anybody wants to know what engineering is around, just go and look at the bridge in the clouds in France. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I have a picture in my home of the Brooklyn Bridge. It's personally my favourite, the one in New York, but that one is just as stunning, the one in France. Another one you mean, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you say that the work that goes into that, there's a lot of people involved in that bridge building, isn't there? It's not just a couple of people who come up with the idea. That whole thing takes years, and so you could be involved with projects for a long time, couldn't you, in this space?
Yeah, so it depends. Some smaller projects are done fairly quickly, but if you're looking at the major projects where I'm involved with, it can take 10 or 15 years from concept through to completion. So it does provide a lot of stability for people as well in the future, that actually you can be working on a major project for years to come.
Yeah.
As a young engineer, though, I encourage people to just travel and see different opportunities in different places. But, if you're looking for stability in your life, it's also a real benefit as well.
And finally, you said you went to college, university. You didn't just fall into construction. You weren't handed it to you on a plate. I guess you had to do some research and maybe get some work experience. So for any young person watching this who's thinking, you know what, I'm going to look at construction, what experience could they get now, even as early as year 10 or year 11, to guarantee that they've got a chance to get into this sector?
There's a number of things you can do. So firstly, companies like Balfour Beatty are doing a lot of work with schools and engagement with schools to help young kids understand what construction and engineering is about. So go and meet people then. There are work placements as well. And, the opportunity to get a work placement, Balfour Beatty are running them at the moment, virtual, obviously, through the COVID times, but hopefully that will open up soon. Get a work placement and get involved in the construction side is really important. And then the opportunity to take summer jobs. I did a number of summer jobs as I went through sort of school and university related to the construction industry. It doesn't have to be with a major contractor like Balfour Beatty. It can be smaller. It can be, it can be a much smaller entity. Just get involved in the industry and take any opportunity you can to get some experience. Firstly, you'll love it. You'll get to know some really interesting people, and it will set you up well for the future.
And did that help you as well? So when you went to interview and they said, what have you done in your spare time? And when you were sold them that, was it definitely part of that process to give you the job because you'd done that work, do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. And through university, and it doesn't have to be in construction. It can be in anything related to problem solving, being parts of teams, and anything that you can create the link. Get the experience, work with other people, solve problems, and come into the construction industry, and you'll do really well.
Yeah, and it's particularly important now, isn't it, with lack of opportunity maybe from the pandemic, that you may be in a position where you've been off school, again, to show that you've done something in your spare time while you've been working at home. Again, don't give up on things, isn't it? I think what you're saying there is even build a bike in your shed, from scratch, can be something that you can show on your CV.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we all know how difficult it is at the moment. So take any opportunity you can to do something different. And as I say, I go back to solve problems. Come and talk to the industry about how you solve problems, work as part of a team, and you'll be welcomed with open arms.
On that note, Ian, thank you so much for your time here on the Learn Live channel. It's been really interesting to hear your insights and helpful advice as well in getting young people into construction. So thanks again and take care.
Thanks very much. Great to come and talk to you.
The Jobs Live channel is an innovative, interactive, moderated online channel that brings job opportunities directly into the home, classroom, or business. The Jobs Live channel is free to the end user and does not require any additional equipment to be purchased or licenses to be downloaded. Since 2016, the Jobs Live channel and the Learn Live channel have supported the futures of people across the UK by delivering over 2,000 live broadcasts and reaching over 10 million people in schools, colleges, and the wider community. The Jobs Live channel can be attended by an unlimited number of individuals simply by logging into the channel and joining the live broadcast. The broadcasts can be customised to showcase an organisation's vacancies and profile, provide live video feeds and live jobs, and have a running commentary from our studios to review the latest job opportunities available across the UK. The Jobs Live channel is a partnership with businesses and the DWP and works continuously to link job seekers to employers and educate them about the types of companies available within the economy. The channel is already working successfully with companies like Balfour Beatty, Network